Empathy Spaces is an innovative online artistic collaboration between the Paperbirds in the UK and PSBK in Indonesia. It's supported and funded by the British Council through their International Collaboration Programme and also by Arts Council England. And we also received collaboration and support from Theatre Centre, an organisation also based in the UK. So Empathy Spaces is about bridging and blurring the boundaries between the live and digital theatre experience. We wanted to investigate how we could use technology to enhance the audience's experience of digital performance, motivating our audiences to be proactive in a shared communal theatrical experience.
Our excitement working with the Paperbirds continues to resonate strongly after the profound outcomes from the first collaboration with them in June 2021, where we hosted their global citizen project known as the School of Hope. What makes Empathy Spaces very special for us is that we were able to participate in the next phase of the Paperbirds' creative process emanated from the School of Hope.
Empathy Spaces explores the urgent and universal themes of empathy and of displacement, in particular forced displacement. So each of our two organisations recruited 7 young, aged under 30, exceptional and multidisciplinary artists who came together to create new performance material around these subject matters. We also undertook shared masterclasses with a number of really exciting artists and cultural leaders. In particular, we worked with exciting artists such as Enikuka Tuamala, who is the world's first empathy artist and designer. And she worked with us to interrogate how we could embed empathy into our artistic practices and approaches.
We facilitated a creative development residency for Indonesian artists. We experimented with technology, hybrid models of creative exchange, and the entire process offered a space to truly develop stronger connections and mutual understanding.
We learned a lot from the School of Hope. We knew we still need to more articulating the landscape of empathy, especially in Indonesia, through the expertise. And that's why we invite 2 people from academia and giving a lot of definition and understanding the term like in a formal way. We also invite 3 of senior artists in Indonesia who's working between disability and art, and they're working strongly in interdisciplinary and research on artistic like Melati Suryodarmo and Jonet Suryatmoko.
We were in the UK a whole new group of artists who hadn't previously worked together. So when we were in the room, we were getting to know each other. We were using our masterclasses and our guest speakers and our mentors who were helping us think about empathy, listening, being active listeners. We were applying all these brilliant skills from our masterclasses into how we could create a space to work together and to collaborate. We did that in the UK by setting a number of provocations and then kind of answering through our art forms and then using those responses to start to interrogate and push and starting to create mini performances. It was really exciting to kind of have an approach that was kind of both head and heart, because we don't normally start R&Ds with having loads of guest speakers and but it felt like a really interesting way to do it, because as we were moving forward we were able to apply that thinking into our ideas, and I think that was brilliant, because that's really what we hoped to be doing.
The hybrid exchange was really cool just because we were able to facilitate that exchange online, and it was wonderful to have empathy expert and artist Enikuka to really have a nice and deep conversation with the Indonesian artists, as well as the creative exchange with the Paperbirds, where they were able to share what they discovered using different mediums, digital mediums, and at the same time live performance.
When we would then meet with Indonesia online, we had a whole new space of sharing and interaction with a whole new group of people that we didn't know. We took turns to share some of the work that we'd been creating in our separate spaces, and then we would respond back to each other. We would tell each other what we thought verbally, but we would also use technology and digital platforms to explore that feedback, which was really fun, because sometimes feedback and evaluation and that kind of exchange, we're not inventive or we're not creative in how we do that, and it felt like we were with this project. It just felt like a really safe, wonderful exchange, that we were both in physical spaces and we had this digital space where we came together, and it felt useful and interesting to compare the way that we approached our work, the work that we were creating, the conversation we could have around it, the interpretations of the work. I think it's going to really help us as an organisation who will make a show going forward, because this exchange has been so eye-opening and so rich.
I think just having the opportunity to all come together from all different disciplines and different backgrounds and to work together collectively on something is really unique, and to be able to do that in a space where we're all in it all the time and we can really see what each other have to offer and be surprised by the different directions that people take, maybe the same prompt or the same idea. I think that's really exciting.
Yang aku temukan justru bukan bahwa outputnya itu sesuatu yang membicarakan tentang empati, tapi bahwa proses ini dibentuk dan digerakkan oleh empati itu sendiri gitu. Jadi walaupun awalnya kami sama-sama kebingungan soal bagaimana sih empati itu, apakah kami sudah melakukannya di kerja kesenian kami, tapi itu tanpa sadar, dan kemudian ketika sadar pun juga sudah kami lakukan dan kami kembangkan, kami pupuk terus gitu. Jadi bukan soal outputnya, tapi memang benar-benar pada perjalanannya gitu.
The Empathy Spaces project was incredible for allowing us to build and flex those muscles in collaboration, because this was a project like no other, like the scheduling, the timekeeping, like making sure the time zones and translation were all wrapped up neatly to be able for the workshops to be able to happen at the right times and the performances to be able to happen at the right times. So for us, it was a real learning curve in being able to manage such a large project in that respect. So ultimately, for us at the Paperbirds, hosting and running this project from the UK, but having such an enthusiastic partner as PSBK, we feel incredibly lucky.